want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles for the edification of knowledge. To Wadi Bashem Yoshua for putting the spirit of the elders and apostles so we can learn this, be edified through this truth and knowledge, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yoshua. Call holy Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash. I want to do a few verses relating to humility. Fear of the Lord is instructions of wisdom, and this instruction relates to this truth and knowledge. And before honor is humility. 18 and 2. 18 and Shalakia 12. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. So before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and that relates to his pride, man. And that's a wicked man. So he's prideful, man. That's that pride. And before honor is humility, man. Pride goeth before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly, which are the meek, the poor, than to divide the spoil with the proud, which are the rich and the wicked. So humility, being humble, is better, and wisdom is what? Humility is the beginning of wisdom and understanding, man. So let's go to 22 of 4 of Proverbs. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches, and this riches is truth and knowledge, man, and honor and life. There are a few more. James 4 and 6, but he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, Yahweh resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble, which are the meek, poor. For whosoever exalt himself shall be abased, and he that humble himself shall be exalted. So if you're prideful, you lift yourself up, you're going to be abased and shamed and brought down low. But one who's humble will be lifted up in their due time and due season. 1 Peter 5 and 6, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. That due time is being that patience, man, because in due time and due season, certain things will come to pass. But much suffering must come before the next kingdom, man. And that suffering relates to patience, tolerance, and enduring, man. That was 1 Peter 5 and 6 I read. This is Matthew 23 and 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. Going with Luke 14 and 11. And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. So the meek of the earth, man, they're going to be risen and exalted, man. Go to he must increase, but I must decrease. And I have to decrease by being humble, man, for example. And he must increase because it's all in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yoshua, man. And that's being humble, being brought down low and being humble, man. Humility is what? The beginning of wisdom and understanding, being humble, man. Proverbs 11 and 2, when pride cometh, then cometh shame, man. So that shame with that pride and exalting ourselves comes ultimately shame, confusion, pretty much embarrassment. Shame comes to embarrassment. But with the lowly is wisdom. With the lowly is wisdom through humility, man. Humility. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Go 4:10 of James. That will go with Luke 14 and 11 and Matthew 23 and 12. And he shall lift you up in due time and due season. Jeremiah 9 and 23. Thus saith the Lord, let not a wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let a mighty man glory in his might, let not a rich man glory in his riches, man. Because all these things are given by Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua, man. Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach 11 and 14 and 15, I'm going to read. Prosperity, when you're doing good, adversity, when you're not doing so good, life and death, poverty, when you're destitute, in need of, have a lack of, riches, when you have abundance of, all come from what? The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. So the Lord gives all those things. He also gives wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the law, which is the commandments, are of the Lord. Love and the ways of good works are from His. So all these things are given from Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. So we need to not boast when we have might, power, riches, because ultimately the Lord has given us all those things, man. So you give praise to Him for giving it to you, allow you to have the privilege to have those things. It's by Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua that we have it. If you have riches, it's by the Lord. If you have prosperity, it's of the Lord. If you have abundance, it's from the Lord, man. So boast not of yourself, and that's all relating to pride, man. Go to this was just a few scriptures related to humility a little bit. I want to read this few verses. It's a scripture I want to get relating to wisdom and understanding. Go to Ecclesiastes 9 and 16. Ecclesiastes 9 and 16. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. It's better than strength, is better than might, is better than power. Nevertheless, a poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. They're not heard, they're not respected, they're not regarded, man. And that poor man's wisdom relates to the prophets, man, because they had the wisdom, starting with the elders and apostles on down, man. So it's not being taken seriously, it's not being taken at heart, man. I want to go to, what other one? There was a certain rich man, which was clothed in purple, fine linen, fare sumptuously every day. And that's the one in power, man. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate at the entrance full of sores, man. He was that beggar. That relates to the nation of Israel symbolically. Desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, because he's hungry. Lazarus was hungry. He was in need. He was destitute, man. Moreover, the dogs came to lick his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died, and he was carried by the angel in Abraham's bosom. And that's symbolically the nation of Israel, man. Because they represent Lazarus, man. In destitute, low estate. So they're going to be carried, starting with the prophets and the elect, carried in the bosom to pretty much to the chariots, man. I'm going to read, let me continue on reading. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. So both died, man. And in hell, which is a condition, he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, seeing Abraham far off and Lazarus in his bosom. So that rich man got his judgment, man. Because he not regarded the poor man Lazarus, just like the ones symbolically in this kingdom. The ones in power, they never regard the nation of Israel, man. It's called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, you know what I mean? And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of the finger of water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. Because that rich man didn't have mercy on Lazarus, he ain't show no concern on him, man. So the point is, this is just a few scripture verses relating to humility, and because nation Israel are like Lazarus, man. They in the, like I said, they are in that lowest state, man. So really into Ecclesiastes 9:16. So a rich man's words is despised and also not heard, man. So let me see if there's some other ones for Lucky. Philippians 2:3-11. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind. Let each esteem other better than themselves. Esteem others, lift them up, encourage them. Look not every man on his own thing, but every man also on the things of others. Being selflessness, showing selflessness, not thinking of self. Let this mind be into you, which was and also in Hamashiach, who being in the form of Yahweh, thought it not robbery to be equal with Yahweh, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in likeness of men. So he's made in likeness of men. So he is humble, came down as a servant in the likeness of men to bear out for what? The nation of Israel. And being found a fashion as a man, and humbled himself, and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross, because he is doing the will of my Father. He's doing the business of his Father, man. And wherefore Yahweh also have highly exalted him, and given him a name which is above every name, because that's his only begotten Son, man. So he handled his Father's business, and he's on the right hand of his Father right now. He ultimately come back to reclaim his glory. Ultimately, that's going to be passed down to him, man. Read 10. That the name of Yahushua, every knee shall bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth. So all going to bow to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, man. And every tongue shall confess Yahushua, Hamashiach is Lord. Into the glory of the Father, Yahweh, man. That's the names, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, man. Yahweh, the Father, and Yahushua, that's the proper names. Yahushua is from the tribe of Judah, seed line from David. So, Yahushua and Yahweh, the names. So learn them names. Read 11 again. And that every tongue shall confess that Yahushua, Hamashiach, is Lord, to the glory of Yahweh the Father. So the Lord came down as a man, humbled himself to do his Father's business, humbled himself as a servant, as a man, to fulfill the purpose of prophecy and the will of his Father that sent him to do the business of his Father. And ultimately, he was exalted after being crucified. Now he's in the right hand of his right side of his Father, man. And ultimately he's going to regain complete and total glory and everything when he comes back. This was something short. I hope it helps whoever listens. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash, his brother Zayab, he's Wolf. I hope it helps in some way. And to Water for listening. Shalom. Thanks.